What's going on, WVCW? This is Post to Post with your host, Mario Navarro and Cooper Bonenberger.
Yes, sir.
Once again, how are you doing today, Cooper?
Doing good. A little bit tired, but we
felt
lit.
that.
We lit.
Exactly. We're out here, Stopped by the 7-Eleven and got myself the strawberry apricot Red Bull today. Not bad at all. I'm happy I did that. We're not sponsored, but we'd like to be sponsored.
One of these days.
Mm-hmm.
I will also take this opportunity to open up my Venmo and pay Mario $10 because Trevon Diggs did not get an interception against Jalen Hurts.
That was an off-air bet. He matched my bet for the Commanders, and then I bet him $10 that Trevon Diggs was not going to get an interception, and he did not. He was also visibly frustrated for that whole game. There's actually a lot of videos about him slamming his helmet on the ground and going cray-cray.
It's all right. We
He didn't play bad.
had a good game outside the second quarter.
Yeah.
But so does everyone that plays you guys.
Something
So.
like that. You know what's really funny? When you said I'm going to open my Venmo, I did not think it was going the way I thought you were going. I'd be like, just so you know, guys, my Venmo is this. Support the... I'm like, yo, whoa, what are we doing here? But, yeah.
Nah, it doesn't work for people who look like me. You got to be a little bit more handsome to ask for money just like that.
But, yeah, a lot of cover today. I mean, we missed our show last week. Our apologies. Life happens. But we go on. We got stuff to cover today. A lot of cool stuff. I mean, opening it up. First off, talk about the Ballon d'Or. Kareem Benzema, my boy, won it this year, which was,
Deserved.
yeah, that was like the favorite that was going to happen.
Yeah, not too many people are arguing that, I don't think.
Yeah. But it was kind of crazy. I was looking at the list about other votes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me pull it up real quick. It was funny because I did not expect. Again, I don't know how many they got. I don't think it showed, or maybe it did. But I saw Vinicius on there, like number 8 or something for like Ballon d'Or votes, and I'm like
Higher than Ronaldo.
It was. I don't think Ronaldo.
Ronaldo was like 20th.
Yeah. Courtois was on there. It was funny.
Courtois
Rudiger was on there.
also won Best Goalie of the Year award.
He did.
Yeah.
What other trophies were
Lewandowski was Striker of the Year.
Yes, I remember that.
And then Gavi won the Copa Trophy for Best Player under 21.
Deserved
Deserved a little bit weird because like Pedri is also under 21 and on the same team, but I believe he won it last year.
He did win it last year.
They probably just wanted to give it to someone new.
Yeah.
And Gavi didn't. He didn't not deserve it, but
Yeah. Also, maybe
there might have been a better option.
They
out
also
there.
might have just felt bad, what PK did with his mom. So, they're like, hey, you know what, champ, chin up. You can get this trophy. Woo.
What he allegedly did to his
No,
mom.
he did do it.
Okay.
It was fake, but.
Oh yeah, it was fake.
But
Right.
if we're on the topic, we can talk about it. Big game this Sunday, 10:15. Madrid did what Madrid had to do, knocked off Barcelona. El Clasico 3-1. It was funny. I was watching that, and it started off kind of slow, but then as soon as we opened it up, it was leaking goal after goal after goal. Barcelona
Yeah.
wasn't on their game that day.
They were dealing with injuries on their back line too. Araujo, Koundé,
Mm-hmm.
two
No,
big.
Koundé played.
Koundé did play.
He did play. Yeah, there was main one was Araujo.
Yikes.
That
A
was
little bit
like-
embarrassing, but Araujo,
they
he
just-
he did not play. Big part of their back line.
huge part. It would have been a totally different
Arguably, well, not arguably, he is more important than Koundé actually. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah,
they missed him a lot.
You know what it really was watching it? It was just mainly they're just like a little out of sorts. They just weren't completing the passes they usually make.
Yeah, it was not the Xavi ball that we expect.
And again, though, he brought up Gavi, and I have to talk about it. Gavi's a great player. He's young. In that setting, it's El Clasico. You need more defense. Frankie de Jong, who openly stayed instead of got the bag, who's more of a defensive player anyways, could have been in. Probably would have done better. Who knows if the outcome would have changed, but it probably would have been better. So
Maybe, I don't know. Gavi he wasn't bad or anything. He did a good job. He's pretty good with the ball in possession.
He's never liable for any mistakes, but he's also never the cause of anything like, oh man, need to change the game. You know what I mean? In a good or bad sense.
Yeah, I mean he's a box to box. He doesn't get super he does get very involved with the attack, but he's just not someone who has a lot of time standing in front of the goal, finishing.
Yeah.
He's not quite there in his player development. He's also like 17, I believe.
No, he's
18 now.
something like that. All I know is that he's gonna be nuts.
Or no, he made his debut for Spain national team when he was 17.
Yeah.
He's 18 now. Yeah.
He is going to be nuts, though.
Yeah, him and Pedri.
Yeah.
If they both stay at Barcelona should do everything they can to keep both of them because that's gonna be scary moving forward.
Especially, and another person which I think is a given now that has to stay in Barcelona, and he definitely will, is Dembele. Dembele is one scary dude on the field, man. Whenever he gets the ball, I'm always here. Like he can make nothing. He can make something out of nothing. It's ridiculous. Watching him play is like really fun to watch, but also don't like it because I don't like seeing him playing Madrid. So
based on the eye test, Dembele is one of the better wingers in the world right now.
And
when you look more at like numbers and everything,
yeah,
his argument falls off. But watching him play, when he has the ball, it's captivating. You can't look away.
That's a good point you make. I think he's really underrated in the world right now. I mean, there's a lot of I would probably have him over a lot of wingers.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Left wing. Think about it. Oh, well, left. Oh, well, he's left. No, he's right wing.
I mean, yeah, he usually starts on the right, but hey, no FIFA, but he do be having a 5-star weak foot. He literally does not have a weak foot. He can play on either side.
Maybe I just don't know. I don't deep dive into Barcelona like that. I just don't see the flaws when he plays. I don't see what his flaws. Like I feel like he consistently makes something happen.
Yeah, he's a little. He is not like a selfish player, but he's more individualistic.
Yeah. Okay.
Try saying that 5 times fast. Individualistic with his play.
Yeah. So okay.
But he does again, it's not in a selfish way. He just likes to dribble, but he's good at it.
Yeah.
Not too many flaws necessarily. Maybe not the greatest coming back defensively, but he's not terrible.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. I think he's he's underrated winger right now. But
sure. I mean, he used to be regarded with him and Mbappe when they were a few years ago.
We'll talk about Mbappe. We'll talk about it. Well, we will get to it. But I don't want to talk.
They were held in the same standard. They were both the two, all right, who's going to be better? Dembele has dealt with some injuries since then. A lot of injuries since then.
Yes. That's what it is. His ability to stay healthy is one of his big things.
He's been pretty healthy as of recent. Knock on wood, right? Yeah, you don't want to say that.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
But I see what you mean now. That is one of his. Also, I mean, you should bring that up too. Is dude, for this World Cup, this French national team, it's going to be a real shame if they don't make it out. I mean, obviously they'll make it out the group stages, right?
Obviously.
But man, it's just scary. They have Benzema, Mbappe. But hey, you know what's funny though? All the stuff going on with Mbappe right now. Will it affect his World Cup play? Who knows? Is he gonna be a drama queen during the World Cup and want to do everything himself during the World Cup? That's gonna affect him horribly.
Probably. I mean, yeah, I have written for Mbappe. It's all right, well, I guess let's get to it now, right?
I might as well. Just knock it out the way.
Mbappe kind of said he wanted to leave. Well, allegedly, right? Nothing from him. The team has said he wants to stay.
Of course,
but
he wants to stay,
rumors are saying he wants to leave the next transfer period.
What?
It's crazy, right? Because he's playing for his boyhood club, getting paid the most that any soccer player, footballer player is getting paid right now.
He owns the club, Cooper. He owns the club.
But he wants to leave, and he's playing next to the GOAT.
So
he's playing next to Messi, getting paid millions for his boyhood club, and he wants to leave. That's crazy.
So did you hear? I mean, did you hear what the deep dive into the rumor was though?
It was about he didn't want to play with Neymar anymore.
He's still on that. He is still pressed about it because he wants to. Well, now
Neymar's been better than him this season too.
Exactly, and he wants to play the position that he's I don't understand what's his beef with Neymar. I don't get it. Yeah, they had their stuff in the past, but they're doing good now. They're playing good, good football. They're playing good football. They're winning games when they need to win games. It's crazy. I said it before the season started. Everyone was like, okay, Champions League favorites. Obviously, if they're on opposite sides of the bracket, Man City, PSG. But I kept saying, look, if Mbappe is going to be a drama queen, if he's going to okay, hold on, pause. If he's going to be dramatic about everything, you know what I mean? It's it's going to lose them their chances at the Champions League. That's just how it's going to be. If you can't be selfless and if you can't understand this is my role and I have other players who can do it better than me, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think part of it is Mbappe seems, by his actions, seems to really care about his legacy to almost a fault, or like that's kind of all he cares about is he wants to be looking back as one of the best players of all time,
I mean, he's young.
which is hard to do in the Ligue 1. You're not going to be regarded as the best player of all time or even close if you played a lot in the French league. No offense to French people out there.
No offense.
Or their
no
league.
offense to French people.
But
just
all
that
I'm
league.
saying
It's a farmers league.
La Liga, Bundesliga, Premier League, Serie A.
Serie A right now too. Like that's a league right now. If he wants to move to, that's a league. Like listen, if you want to move, that's a league you can go to right now. If you don't want crazy like right now, they are highly competitive right now.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of the Serie A teams don't have as much money to throw around as other teams do.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's not going to go to a Serie A team,
no,
unfortunately.
I don't know where he's going to go. I mean, there's rumor. Dude, this is the problem. So what I don't like is that whenever Mbappe has rumors, I feel like he loves this though. I feel like he loves it and he reads about it. There's just rumor after rumor after rumor. It's like, guys, like Mbappe is like, he's like reveling in this. I know he is. There's rumors he's going to go to Chelsea. There's rumors he's going to go here. He's going to go there. There's one scenario that I like. I brought it up to you off camera. Never going to happen. I think it would be poetic justice, or poetic in a sense, if in the transfer window, Ronaldo ends up going to PSG and Mbappe goes to United. Ronaldo can finish his career with Neymar and Messi, and Mbappe goes United and starts his rivalry with Haaland in the Prem, which would be good for him because you go to the Prem, then you can make your legacy, right? Also
on one of the biggest teams in the world.
And you can also be in one of their biggest rivalries in the Prem. Boom, done. Not gonna happen, but I think it's a great dream scenario. That's the only scenario that would happen that would make me happy, and that's it. Anything else, I don't care what Mbappe does.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think Mbappe would do that because for at least the first few games of that rivalry, he's gonna lose, right?
Exactly. But
he's afraid of getting outscored by Haaland and outperformed in the Premier League. But it's a weird situation because then, okay, if he's not going to go to the Premier League,
then you're still hurting your legacy.
Yeah, he's not going to go to the Premier League. He's not going to stay in Ligue 1, apparently. Where do you go? La Liga?
Yeah. Right.
You already had the chance to go there, and you said no.
Yeah.
At this point, does Madrid even offer you the same contract?
No.
Probably not.
We don't offer him anything. We're not gonna.
Where else are you gonna go in La Liga? It's between obviously Madrid and then Barca. Barca, I doubt can pay them.
Nope.
And even if they could, do they even want him? I mean, yes, they want him, but
no. Yeah, I mean,
like, when you take everything into account,
I think everyone would want Mbappe, right? But at the same time, no one wants Mbappe. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's like
it's just not worth what he's gonna like. His play is great when he's on fire, but you don't want to deal with the off field and then like
the circumstances have to be right for you to get him.
But if I want to give my honest take on it, nothing's gonna happen. He's gonna stay with.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I think if it's a real rumor, a fake rumor, I don't care. No matter what, he has no leverage. He owns I say he owns the club as a joke, but he practically manages the club. So it's like at that point you're not gonna. Yeah, a real shocker would be if they make Neymar walk. That would be a real shocker, but that won't happen either. He's just performing great. So.
Yeah, I would say Neymar is a more intriguing player to bring in than Mbappe at this point.
Yeah, but Neymar
obviously looking like
older.
I was gonna say looking like 5-10 years in the future. No, but
just like an instant turnaround for a team, a player to have right now, just for a year.
Neymar is like that. He's a little bit older, but he's not old.
No, of course not.
He's super productive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can say Ligue 1, PSG.
I feel they could perform no matter what league he went to.
Yeah, if you watch the games, you see what he's doing. It's not like he's just getting the ball, passing it to Mbappe or Messi and racking up assists. He's scoring goals. He's assisting. He's actually, the offense, I would say, I mean, it's tough when you look at it because Mbappe is incredibly talented, but his decision making, in my opinion, isn't always there necessarily.
Yeah. But
Like I said before, he cares about legacy, he cares about glory.
yeah, which again, it's honorable to do that. But if that's all you are, then that's literally just there's a fine line
Yeah.
between being egotistical and just wanting to be, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, you gotta
you gotta pick. You gotta
care about yourself, but also understand you're never gonna reach greatness if it's not with a team
Yeah.
in soccer. Like, has anyone won the Champions League with a absolutely terrible team with one good player? Not that I can think of.
Not that I can think of either. So
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes. I'm excited to follow up on it and continue. But like again, the most realistic option is that again, it's just another rumor mill. It's gonna go all the way around. It's gonna come first full circle and end up. January passes and Mbappe is still at PSG. And then we'll really have the fun really begins to see, late, in January.
If they do bad in the Champions League, if they get knocked out early, that team's
Whoa.
falling apart.
Well, also, I don't know how it's going to work either. Well, because remember, World Cup is in November, December. When does it end? Does it end in January? Or does it
Yeah,
end in-
so I know Champions League, I'm pretty sure, is technically going to end next year.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see. So it's really weird. The transfer window is going to be really far away from the Champions League.
And I'm pretty sure since the World Cup's in Qatar, there's no way it could go through, like, December or anything like that because it would be the middle of summer in, like, a Middle Eastern country. That's not...
Yeah.
I mean, you can place it because, like I said...
Good luck, right?
Yeah.
With the AC.
We'll see exactly how everything's going to put... I'm pretty sure there is an official schedule out, but, like...
Not yet. I mean, I've been looking. There's nothing yet.
Nothing yet?
The squads
Okay.
are... Oh, yeah. When is USA going to... I don't know.
We'll talk about that when it comes here.
Yeah.
There's a
lot
lot
to
more
get
to talk about in soccer later.
But, I'm
For
excited to see
now-
the squad, squad list. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm excited to see that.
But moving
We'll
to
talk about that when that comes out, for sure.
But moving to the Prem, though, I mean, Premier League this weekend, I was able to catch a little. I mean, it wasn't really too crazy exciting matchups. Arsenal won, beat Leeds 1-0, expected.
The thing to talk about is definitely
Yep.
Man City versus Liverpool.
What a shocker, dude. I had a feeling Liverpool could do something. Like, maybe, like, I think they're going to win. There was a part of me was like, oh, they could win. You know what I mean? But I was like, nah, there's no way, right? That's stupid. They shut them out 1-0. And they also had, like, a lot of injuries. And I was sitting there the night before, like, Haaland's going to score a hat trick on Liverpool. And the opposite happened. He was shut out. Nothing happened. I was shocked. It should have been 3-0 Liverpool. Like, City's backline played awful. Like, they had so many mistakes, and it should have been capitalized on, and they weren't. So,
Not a good game for City.
no.
I do think City beats Liverpool probably like 7-8 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Any given Sunday. Oh, when was it? It was a Monday. That game. When was it? No,
I don't remember the exact day.
It was when you had. Yeah, but anyways, any given Premier League day.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. It was a shocker. I was happy to see Mo Salah get his goal. He
Yeah.
played great. I'm happy for him. 'Cause
I love seeing Mo Salah in form. He's one of the best players in the world.
yeah, it makes me so sad because he shows up a lot against like not so good teams, and I'm like, man, he's so fun to watch. I just want him to get those goals and those clutch moments against the big teams to really solidify, like, you know what I mean? I want him to just really like make his mark. Like, I am that guy right now. Like, I am him. So it's just so hard when he doesn't. But I'm actually so happy he did against City. Big win for him. I'm happy about it.
We'll see if they can turn that into some sort of streak. Hopefully they get a
Can
lot of
they?
confidence from that.
Well,
I'm just saying, like, in a streak in terms of just, like, turning their season around
Yeah.
for the better, because
yeah.
they've had a very mid-season so far.
Yeah.
Middle of the table,
That's actually being nice. That's being
not
really
a good...
nice.
Well, for them, it's a terrible season, but,
For anyone else, yeah.
yeah.
But I guess we're
I mean, the
gonna-
fact that United's ahead of them, but...
But I think, ending off on that game is that sad news is, I don't know if you saw, it was confirmed, I think, this morning, or I forget when it was confirmed, but Diego Jota is going to miss the World Cup. And it's really sad how many
Yeah.
people were losing to injury to the World Cup. Conte, Reece James, it's a big one. Trent Alexander is going to get called up for that probably now. But it's just sad. You hate to see it. Like, the World Cup's supposed to be the stage where all the stars show them, hey, I'm I'm a star. I'm here. I'm now. I'm what's up. And as we said, that Conte is missing it. It's probably his last World Cup, but
Last World Cup at this form, yeah. He's what, like 34? No.
Let me see.
Conte, he's I don't want to say weird looking. That's mean. But he looks super young and super old at the same time.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're
It's
talking
kind of
about.
hard to get a read on him.
Yeah.
I love Conte though.
He's great player. 31.
Oh yeah,
31.
31. Okay.
So
But
But,
he'll be 35.
I don't think he'll play in the next World Cup.
It depends what the French team is looking like, but
I mean, they have
It's
young
looking like no,
midfielders.
yeah,
young
'cause
midfielders.
Chouameni
Yeah, they have young midfielders.
and
coming.
Nkunku are gonna be
Yeah,
crazy to watch.
really sad. But yeah, I mean, next week, some interesting matchups in the Prem. We'll get to them. But exciting today. It is opening night for the NBA.
Let's go.
Yeah, Sixers playing tonight. Let's go against the Celtics. I love it. Gotta love it. So yeah, so tonight it's the Celtics Sixers. That's early game at 7:30, and then you have the Lakers Warriors at 10:30. So I was gonna give like a quick little rundown. I was gonna give who's gonna win and the score, and I think we'll do a little competition. I think we should do this, and when we get to the UFC, when we get to it, we're gonna do that too. We're gonna see like records based, how many do we get right, and decision wise. We can talk about points, but I think you should get a point for guessing who wins, and then 3 for getting the correct score. Same thing with UFC. We get a point for guessing who wins, and then 3 for the way.
For the way
Decision.
and the round, yeah.
I
okay.
like it.
Let's go.
All right, so 76ers, Celtics. I already know you're going to be a player hater, and you're not going to pick who I'm going to pick. But I have the Sixers winning 105 to 97.
105 to 97.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What you got? Lay it on me.
I got the Celtics beating the 76ers.
Of course you do. What a hater, dude. What an actual hater, man. All right, go ahead.
Originally, I had by 5 to 8 points, but since we got to pick exact scores.
Oh, did you want to do it like that, or?
That's just how I written down right now, but I can.
Okay.
I'll switch it real quick. So Celtics by 5 to 8 points. So I got it 103 to 108.
I like that score.
Celtics winning.
I like that score, actually.
I think it's just kind of just feels like a Celtics night. The whole league is retiring Bill Russell's number 6.
Oh,
If
my
you already
God,
wear number
yeah.
6, you can continue to wear it, but you can't now switch to number 6.
Yeah. I forgot about man, rest in peace, Bill Russell.
Yeah,
Man,
rest
I
in
totally
peace.
forgot they're going to do the opening.
They're wearing special jerseys. To
I
honor
didn't check.
him.
Is it an away game, too, for the Six?
I
No.
believe this.
It has to be. If they're
Celtics
retiring.
are home.
Yeah.
Right?
Rest in peace, Bill Russell, man. That was really sad. Oh, man. I mean, speaking about NBA news, you heard about Mutombo? I really don't want to get
Yeah.
sad on here, but he's bad
Yeah, the
with that.
Celtics are home.
Okay, that's fair.
The Celtics, it is worth noting, no Robert Williams,
Yep.
no Danilo Gallinari,
No,
with a new
actual head
coach.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, wait, well,
yeah.
that's the main reason why I have Celtics. I mean, the Celtics losing tonight is.
I could see it going either way.
I'll give a little hot take. A little hot take. I think Maxi's gonna go off tonight. I don't care what anybody says. He's dropping 22 tonight.
I don't know. Oh, I'm excited. All I'll say is I'm excited to see the matchup of Maxey versus Brogdon. Two very polished. I guess Brogdon's technically not a young player, but he hasn't been in the league for
Yeah.
too long.
So
I'm very excited to see that
it's
matchup,
gonna be fun.
as well as what James Harden has to do.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Harden scares me. And then, all right. So for Lakers Warriors, this is also actually gonna be a really fun matchup to watch. I do not think there's gonna be a lot of defense had in this game. I think it's also gonna be. I think it's gonna be a higher scoring game than the 76ers Celtics. I think it's gonna be 110-101 Warriors get the dub. It's gonna be close. Remember, it's the first game of the season, so it's first game. Everything's gonna probably be a little bit closer. No blowouts, I don't believe. But a lot of defense won't be had. I think just the firepower on the Warrior side gonna be nuts. 110-101 Warriors.
Yeah. You want to hear what I got?
Why you say it like that? Why you gonna say like Lakers by like 20 point blowout?
No.
Like why did you say it like that?
I think the Warriors are gonna win. I got 116 to 97.
That's also fair. You think it's gonna? Well, it's also.
I don't think it's gonna be too close. I'm not excited for the Lakers this year. I don't think they're gonna.
They're not gonna be good this year. No, but you gotta remember
Yeah.
it's opening. It's opening night. So
Yeah, this might be the easiest Curry versus LeBron matchup for Curry,
Oh yeah,
because
Lakers are just not looking good, man.
you're facing regular season LeBron with the team that's not looking amazing.
I don't even know. I mean, Anthony Davis he's healthy. I mean, right? Or is he not? I don't. I didn't see.
I mean,
I'm assuming he's healthy right now.
only for a certain period of time.
Yeah, he'll be
right?
good for the first 2 quarters, right?
Yeah. until he goes for his first layup, then he'll
Yeah.
come out hurt.
But no, I just think though too, like, I don't know. I feel like also LeBron's just gonna have a good game. Like regular season LeBron
Yeah.
isn't like crazy, but like he'll show up for the first game, obviously. So he'll have a good game. I think Draymond's not gonna. He's not gonna. No, Draymond's a great defender, but not against LeBron.
Yeah, it's
So.
not. Yeah, it's not the same Draymond it was a year or two ago.
Yeah. So yeah, overall super excited for that. It's gonna be so fun to watch all these games tonight. I'm excited to see the Sixers go off, Maxey to go off. Gonna be a little fanboy and wear his jersey tonight, you know. Go Maxey. So, but yeah. All right. Super excited. One of the first 2 UFC, the last 2 I think UFC events of the year, but the 2 big ones got the Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. I don't know.
UFC 280.
280. Man,
280 Saturday, 2 p.m. This Saturday at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. It's gonna be so.
is
fun.
the main card. We're gonna mainly talk about the main card. There is a fight on the prelims. The main fight on the prelims, final fight, is Sean Brady versus Bilal Muhammad. If you're one of those people who usually only watches the main card, I would recommend tuning in a little bit early, seeing that. Maybe I could see it becoming grappling heavy, maybe in quotes boring, but it was going to be high level, and it has title shot implications. Both of them are probably, if they win, or whoever wins this fight is probably 1 win away from challenging for the title. Obviously, it depends. They're welterweight, I believe. Depends how that whole title
welterweight, yeah.
comes together. Don't want to spend too much time talking about that, though.
Spend the rest of the episode talking about
Yeah.
the prelim main event.
I would never talk that long about Bilal Muhammad. Sean Brady, you're cool. Bilal Muhammad.
Get out of here. I actually don't know who you're talking about. It's kind of crazy. I actually don't know.
Bilal Muhammad. I mean, they're both. Yeah.
We'll get to it when they get there. We'll see
just
him,
watch.
We'll see him
just
for main
watch.
event
Yeah,
season,
yeah. Watch the fight. That's what I'm telling you to do.
That's
don't listen to me. Watch the fight.
All right. Also, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna do what we did for the NBA, and then also for UFC. We're gonna pick who's gonna win and the way they are gonna win. Again, 1 point for picking them who wins, and then 3 points for the how they win. So the first matchup, it's I don't know if I'm saying her name right.
Caitlin Chukagian
Chukagian
versus Manon Fiorot, I believe. or
Yes.
Fiorot.
Yeah,
I forget.
Chukagian is the name I was stressing about saying.
Yeah, Chukagian, I think.
Chukagian.
Chukagian.
Speaking of which, I do have her winning by decision. She hasn't lost since 2018.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
I did
meme in the
Is it
MMA, UFC community is like Chukagian by decision.
Is it? Yeah.
She wins by decision all the time.
Yeah, no, she
It's been
hasn't-
4 fights in a row. I think she's going to get a 5th. I agree with you.
4 years. She hasn't lost since 2018, and all of her fights have been decisions. I think. Oh, what's the? I'm sorry, I don't want to pronounce the other fighter's name wrong.
I believe it's Manon Fiorot.
Fiorot. Yeah, she's
Fiorot, one of the two.
Fiorot. She's
I'm
also.
not so sure.
I wouldn't say she. I mean, when I was looking at it, her what's it called? She hasn't like. She's kind of like. What is it? I want to say new. She has a record, obviously.
I
but,
believe she only has 4 fights in the UFC.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think this is like, not a. It's a. I guess it's a one of the ones where like, yo, if you're out, you win. You're gonna, we're gonna try to push you a little bit. But it's also,
She is ranked number 6. She's not like.
no, but she's
yeah.
early in her career, so it's one of those. It's like a test ground. So
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Chukagian by decision, I think,
100%.
the safest thing to go with. I
Mhm.
do think I'm not going to totally write off Fiorot. She has opportunities to win.
She has potential to actually just turn the tides.
Yeah, she hits harder when she hits and lands. You can tell
Mm-hmm.
people back up.
So
But Chukagian, yeah, I think she's going to pull it off. More
100%.
experience, slightly better fighter.
and that's what you need, right?
But
Experience.
it's not going to be a totally easy fight for her.
No, it's gonna be. I think it's a really fun fight to watch. It's gonna be a really fun fight to watch. It's because it's gonna be like the idea of Chugian being really strategic, and then oh my gosh, I can't even say her name again. Furiot to has the potential to end it whenever she wants, probably if she gets the opportunity. So next up though is Dariush versus
Matoush Gamrot.
Gamrot. Do you want to go first, and I'll say what I got next? I think
Sure,
you
sure.
I think you might have a different one than me.
I got Benil Dariush, number 6, Gamrot, ranked number 9, lightweight. Gamrot has one of the cooler, well, maybe not cooler, one of my favorite nicknames in the UFC.
Yeah.
Matoush Gamer Gamrot. That's pretty funny, I think.
He's a gamer.
Yeah.
Dude, he uses Konami code on him, bro.
Yeah.
Use your go move.
I got Dariush by 3rd round submission.
I like it. I have Gamrot round 2 TKO. And here's why.
I could see it.
And I do have it too in my notes, is that Gamrot, I think Dariush is a very, like, his wrestling is his wrestling's improved a lot. I think it showed against a Tony Ferguson fight.
Oh yeah,
It was really big against that fight.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. He was
And
just
that's his bread and butter, too.
everywhere. He
And
was
that's his-
dominant.
That's his bread and butter. But the thing about Gamrot is that I think he's it's weird. I don't show it, but I was looking into it. He has fought. I think he's been more active than Dariush.
Oh, Dariush hasn't fought in like a year and a half.
Which is
yeah.
also something to be considered, right? Like,
Mhm.
UFC doesn't really matter, right? But it kind of does. He's been more active. He's on a 3-fight win streak, Gamrot, and each of them by a different way of winning. I think his third latest fight was a submission. Second fight was a knockout, a TKO, and his latest fight was a decision.
Decision, yeah, versus Armin.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Yikes! But his opponent last fight was very Armin Sukian, I believe.
I didn't check. Yeah, I forgot the name. But
Armin Saryukian, my fault.
but yeah,
Sorry.
but
That guy is legit. Remember that name as well.
So it's one of those things too. It's that, like, I think he's more active. He shows he can do it a lot of different ways, which might be a lot for Dariush to handle. Like, don't get me wrong, Dariush hasn't, like, he's been on also a crazy win streak right now too. But I think the more activity, the more, aggressiveness, just I think might be a little too much for Dariush. But I do have it in my notes. But I can also see a careless mistake and Dariush punishing him for it and getting a submission off of it.
Yeah, I have that written down as well.
Yeah.
Where Gamrot, his wrestling's very good. But I think as soon as he starts to feel he's getting outworked on the feet, he goes to it. I'm not too studied up in his game, but from what I saw, like the 1 or 2 fights I've seen of him, that's what he does. I think Dariush has a very underrated stand-up.
Yeah.
It's gotten better.
You said Dariush's stand-up. You said Dariush or Gamrot?
Yeah, Dariush.
Yeah.
It doesn't always look the cleanest, but it's very effective.
I 100%
And then,
agree with that.
yeah.
It's so funny.
So I think if Dariush lands a good shot,
that's going to be like
Gamrot's
shocking.
going to shoot.
That
And
is not what you want to do.
you don't really, there's only very few people that can survive on the ground with Dariush.
I agree. But I think
That's how I see that fight going. I think
yeah.
he's going to survive for a while. Gamrot's great. Good defense, good offense, very well-rounded fighter. But I think by the 3rd round, there's going to be a little bit too many opportunities for Dariush.
Yeah.
And he's going to
That's
take
fair.
it.
I like it. All right, we got a difference one. We got 2 different opinions on that one. It's gonna be a good one to watch. Jan. All right, now we're getting into like the top 3, final fights. This one is highly anticipated. Peter Yan versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. All right, if there's any time for Sean O'Malley to beat Yan, it's this matchup. 3-round fight, not a 5-round main card.
Mm-hmm.
Yan coming off a tough loss against Aljamain Sterling, right?
2 in a row.
2 in a row, yeah, technically.
Technically.
I still don't think it's going to be enough. I think Yan outclasses Sean O'Malley. No matter what, though, I think...
How and what round?
I have him winning TKO in the 3rd round. I think what's going to happen is that it's good. Like, Sugar Sean's not going to get swept out of there. No way. Because I respect what he has going on.
His stand-up
his
is very
striking
good.
game is ridiculous. I
Yeah.
can't say how I want to say that phrase because I can't cuss on air, but it's freaking ridiculous, man. But I think
It's truly an art.
the one thing I have to say, though, is that he has not fought. This is his first test, and it's a big test. I think it's a little too soon, And I think what's going to happen, it's not going to be realized, is Peter Yan's going to understand Sugar Sean O'Malley cannot defend the kicks. He's going to work the legs. He's going to just chop the trees. He's going to keep hitting that leg. It's going to take its toll. The third round, Yan's going to end it. I think, like I said, Sean O'Malley is going to hang in there, but Yan, the more experienced fighter, understands the game more, knows what he has on the line. He's not going to get, like, they're throwing him into a pit to be like, yo, this is a younger fighter who wants your spot, who wants to be where you are. He's not going to let it slide. Yan So, but what you got?
Yeah, I got Yan TKO third round as well.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, I think I can see it happening. I can picture it in my head, Sean O'Malley by first round knockout. But yeah, I just think Sean O'Malley's going to start off with a very strong first round, which is a little bit of a weird thing to say because his last fight, which was supposed to be his, like, test, let's see if he can get a top 10 opponent against Pedro Munez, ended with, like, the eye poke. Yeah. Unfortunate way to end that fight.
Yeah.
Because the first round was a little bit of a snoozer.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, it's a forgettable fight, right?
That's
For the
crazy,
first round,
yeah.
Munez stood outside and threw leg kicks the whole time, which, to be fair,
it was working.
It was
It
O'Malley.
he didn't do
O'Malley
it right.
checked like almost all of them because that's all he was doing.
Yeah.
But O'Malley also didn't totally get his offense going in the first. It was starting to get going towards the end of the round, and I think he would have won that fight had it kept going. But he didn't look too impressive in that first round in that fight.
Yeah.
But I think this time he comes out, recognizes the mistakes he made last time. I need to get going. Because
that's what he does.
He needs to win the first round. If Sean O'Malley doesn't win the first round, he is
in trouble.
Yeah. He is going to get dragged to the depths and drowned.
Yeah. And it's so funny, too, that I'm looking at it now, and I could change it just for the sake of changing it, but I won't, is that I just think Yan also just has so much for Sean O'Malley to deal with. Not only is his striking game I don't think it's as good as O'Malley's, right? I'll give O'Malley that, but Yan's wrestling is going to be something to look out for too. Because Sean O'Malley, if he gets taken down, I'm interested to see how he'll defend that. Because he hasn't been on the ground, he hasn't fought on the ground in a lot.
From what I've seen, his jiu-jitsu is good, but his wrestling is basically non-existent.
Yeah.
So he can he's not going to use his ground game offensively, but defensively it's not terrible.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere near Peter Yan's game on the ground, which is pretty dang good.
It's going to be interesting to see. So, it's funny we both have TKOs, though.
I somewhat disagree with you when you say that Yan's stand-up game is not as good as O'Malley's.
Well, yeah, I mean...
I think Yan is incredible. He's, all around one of the best fighters.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit unfortunate for him that the fight we're going to talk about next, Aljamain Sterling's in that division.
Aljamain Sterling. Do you want to introduce that one, or do you want? Actually, I'll do it. You can introduce the Oliveira one, because I know I have a feeling you can introduce the Oliveira one. So I'll do the.
All right, you got it. Let's hear it.
Aljamain Sterling
co-main event
versus TJ Dillashaw.
Bantamweight title fight.
Listen, I'm gonna say it right now. When Aljamain Sterling got I am gonna be honest, and Cooper knows, when he first got there, I was hating a little bit on Aljamain Sterling, but he has truly become one of my favorite fighters now. I just love what he's doing. After that second win against Yan, and I'm seeing him all over. He's just a cool guy. He's actually such a chill guy. I love what and he also has good takes in his fights. I see some clips and he's talking, and I'm like, man, you're you're just cool. TJ Dillashaw, not my favorite guy. Not so much. I'm not a fan of him. Using his PEDs, getting kicked out. I don't care about your comeback story, dude. I'm sorry. I don't want you. I'm not.
It's not a comeback.
That's what I'm saying. I hate him saying that. It bothers me.
Yeah, it's not like he tore his ACL.
No,
you did PEDs and you got caught. You got suspended for 2 years. It's not a comeback story. You got suspended.
Exactly. And I like how cocky he is. He's flaunting it as a comeback story. I don't know. There's two things how it's going to happen. Aljamain Sterling is going to have his way with TJ Dillashaw. And here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. I will tell you how. The thing is, I am not underestimating TJ Dillashaw at all, because he has, just because I don't necessarily like him does not mean I'm gonna be like, yo, he's a scrub. He's not a scrub. He has hands. He has power in his punches. But the thing is, Aljamain Sterling is gonna neutralize that so fast. I don't think if it goes to the ground, I don't care. Aljamain Sterling is out wrestling him. I don't care. You can say otherwise, but Aljamain Sterling is gonna get him in a full body lock and have his way with him. And here's how it's gonna go. It's either gonna be a long. I think it's gonna be a long night for TJ Dillashaw. It's gonna be control from Sterling, and he can decide. You know what? I can put the hurt on you for 4 rounds. He can choose to make a good decision. Is put the hurt on him for 5 rounds if he wanted to, because he has the tank to do it and he has the ability to do it. But I think Aljamain Sterling is going to choose to end his night in the 4th round by submission. I think it's going to be too much. It's going to wear him down. He's like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm going to take you out in the 4th. Submission. That's it.
That's actually pretty crazy because I basically have this same exact thing written down. Spot on with everything you said. Literally, I have it written, Sterling round 4 submission. I do not like Dillashaw, and this is biased.
The complete opposite. Like, I am saying through the bottom of my heart, I hate you, TJ Dillashaw. Not like
yeah,
that.
I just don't. Throughout his career, I never liked him too much. Yeah. Got busted for PEDs, which so
lame.
A lot of people get busted for PEDs.
Yeah, but the way he's carrying himself makes it so lame, dude. Like it's like.
Yeah, and he's like a lot of people get busted for using it to help cut weights. Nah, he was using like bad stuff, made him gain muscle mass, lose other weight. It was legitimate PED usage, which not that there's illegitimate, but
but I know
it was bad.
It was the ones that not the like. Oh, okay, you understand.
It's not like
getting caught. It's like okay, like that's
it wasn't I accidentally took a tainted supplement.
Yeah,
oh,
he knew what he was doing.
Like 1 picogram. No, that guy was loaded up. And I don't like the way he carries himself. He's a snake in the grass. Conor McGregor said it best.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like TJ Dillashaw, Pillashaw, as they call him. I think it's going to play out very similar to the first few rounds of Sterling's second fight versus Peter Yan, where it just kind of shoots a few takedowns. Maybe a few of them get stuffed by Dillashaw.
Yeah.
Then once it gets to the ground, it's staying there. Aljamain's going to take his back. I don't think Dillashaw has the ability to maybe not neutralize it, but understand what's happening like Peter Yan did. And Peter Yan actually probably won the 4th and 5th round of that fight.
Yeah.
I don't think Dillashaw has the capability to do that.
It's going to be fun to see because you know what's going to happen? It's going to frustrate Dillashaw. And it's going to be so funny to watch him get mad. It's going to be so funny that he's going to be mad and there's absolutely nothing he's going to do about it.
I would love for TJ Dillashaw to just start crying. I can perfectly imagine it. In the 4th round, Aljamain has his back, is backpacking him the whole time.
Yeah.
Just lightly punching him, trying to set up a choke, and Dillashaw just starts crying because he can't escape. And as soon as he starts crying, loses focus and gets choked out.
Yeah.
That would be so funny. It's not going to happen, obviously, but it would be so funny to see.
But no, I think it'll be fun to see. It's going to be a fun fight, and it's kind of weird how we have the same thing written down again. But
yeah. I mean, it's
what? That's how you deep dive it. All right, go ahead. I do think we're going to differ in this Oliveira one. I do think
definitely. I know we're going to.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, lightweight title fight.
Going to be another banger main event. It's going to be great.
This is the fight I'm most excited for of all time ever.
In my whole entire existence of being alive.
I have never been more excited for a fight than this one. Because of Oliveira and the streak he's going on right now, where he is looking unbeatable.
His is a comeback story. His is more of a comeback story than TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah, Oliveira, after having a daughter, is a monster. It looks like no one can beat him.
In his bag.
Yeah, he truly... Yeah, seems like he's going to stay at the top for a while. Immovable object up there. But what happens when an immovable object meets the unstoppable force? Islam Makhachev has, 9-fight winning streak.
Yeah.
He is disgusting. Basically, Khabib reincarnated. Yeah, I don't. I can see this fight going so many
words
different
you can use to
ways.
just describe what's gonna happen in there. It's just so hard. It's just mind-boggling to even put it into like words.
Yeah, it's hard to see. So Makhachev, he's been knocked out once, right? He got starched one time.
That was early.
Very early in his career, has not lost since then. Has
Mhm.
been completely dominant since then. He has never been. I don't think he's ever been submitted. It's very hard for me at this point in his career to picture Makhachev getting subbed or knocked out. On the other side, I don't see how Charles Oliveira, because of how dangerous he is,
Yeah.
there's no way he gets dominated at the same time.
Yeah.
So
What you got?
originally, when I first, the more and more I think about this, the more confusing it gets for me. When I first saw this, I thought, all right, this fight is ending within 3 rounds. Because there's no way Makhachev, he's been ending everything in round 1 or very beginning of round 2. As of recently, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's how this fight's going to play out.
That's crazy.
Because if Oliveira overextends too much, he can overextend a little bit in the stand-up, because if he gets taken down, he has great jiu-jitsu to fall back on. Well, great. Best in the UFC to fall back on. But if he overextends too much and isn't able to get his guard right when he gets taken down, he's in for a long night. Because Makhachev is not an easy opponent to deal with on the ground.
No.
He's not, and when I say that, I mean he is literally like the worst matchup for Charles Oliveira out of anyone in the lightweight division. If anyone's gonna beat,
okay, anyone's gonna beat him. Yeah, I'm just saying that worse.
maybe Michael Chandler, but
No,
Chandler's now taken more damage and he's older.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean by worse. I thought you mean like, oh, this is like, I'm like, no, it's actually probably like the best to actually test Oliveira.
Well,
on
yeah. Because that Dagestani wrestling, man,
it's different.
seems to not immune to jiu-jitsu, but it seems to negate a lot of people's jiu-jitsu. Now, none of the people that none of the people that Makhachev or even Khabib fought were on the scale of Charles Oliveira. Khabib never fought someone. If he fought Tony Ferguson in his prime, then we would have seen the Dagestani wrestling versus some other form of fighting. you know?
Yeah.
But so far, it seems like Dagestani wrestling is the best base. Well, arguably wrestling in general is the best base for MMA.
Yeah.
But the Dagestani boys do it a little bit differently.
So I'm scared what you're saying. You say you're leaning towards
I got Islam Makhachev by decision.
By decision? Whoa! You think it's
by
gonna go all
decision.
5 rounds?
By decision.
That
Both
is
men
nuts.
are so dangerous that it could end at any point in time. I could see it ending in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I can see it going to a decision. Obviously, it's not going to end in the first 10 seconds, but
I like how you have that one.
I'm just saying because there's a chance that either Makhachev gets a little bit too excited on the feet.
Yeah.
And is going to get caught. If he does.
Yeah.
He's got to be careful on the feet. On the ground, he has a lot of experience. He can fall back on, all right, if I get caught in this choke, I know what to do. If I had this, I know what to do. I know how to prevent everything. On the feet, he's very good defensively, but if he starts trying to get creative and wants to catch Oliveira, he's going to get screwed. But I don't think he's going to do that. Khabib's his coach. Khabib's too good of a coach to let Makhachev do anything like that.
That's fair.
Makhachev by decision.
I like it. Completely opposite here. I'm betting on the Brazilian brother. You know I have to. I have Oliveira in the 3rd round by submission, and here's why. It's going to be an absolute war. I don't think it's going to be any other way. It's a war in a sense. It's going to be hands and it's going to be wrestling. I think Islam, like he has the tank to do it. He has had a 5-round fight before, go all the way 5 rounds. He has the energy. He has the tank to get there to 5 rounds. I just think also you have to remember Makhachev has not fought anyone of Oliveira's caliber. that's also a big thing for Makhachev. You have to understand that. That's gonna be a test. It's gonna be Islam understands he has to bring it to Oliveira. In the first 3 rounds, he's gonna try and bring it. I know he will. I know maybe Khabib's gonna say, hey, relax, play it, points, get what you have to do. But Makhachev is different from Khabib. I think he's gonna want to bring it to Oliveira, and it's not the game plan you really. I mean, not the game plan you want. Like, if you're you don't want to hang around with Oliveira for 5 rounds too, because just like Makhachev, he has the ability to get something out of nowhere. Not saying that Makhachev's wrestling again. Also, Oliveira hasn't fought anyone with Makhachev's wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because one is both on both ends. They're facing someone who they don't understand or they haven't faced before. I can see, like you were saying, I have it written down. I can totally see Oliveira get caught slipping, overextending, got the submission over for Oliveira, ends his night there. But I just don't see Oliveira losing this fight. I think Makhachev is going to try and bring it to Oliveira. Oliveira's going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I know what I'm doing here better than you are. I'm going to catch Makhachev slipping. Not even bad. Just a little bit. It's a little slippage in his game, and he'll get a submission in the 3rd round.
I could see it happening for sure.
He weathers a storm in the first 3 rounds and gets out of there. Maybe, I would say late in the 3rd. It's not going to be early in the 3rd. It's going to be Storm's going to be ahead. First 1, 2, and then beginning of 3, and Oliveira's going to get him slipping just a little bit in the 3rd.
Yeah, I can see a world where. So Makhachev is gonna go for a takedown, and he's gonna get it at some point in the fight, multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because Oliveira is probably obviously gonna try to fight the takedown, try to get the takedown defense going and everything, try to get it standing.
Yeah.
But this fight is gonna go to the ground because
100%.
if Oliveira thinks he sees the opportunity for a submission, he's gonna pull guard. He's going to try to get that guillotine.
Mm-hmm.
And Oliveira, he's not going to be afraid to maybe in the clinch try for some try for some trip or something. Because if Oliveira is on top, he's also very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And Makhachev does not really spend any time on the bottom, on the ground. So
yeah, no, he's going to do everything he can to get out of that.
It's going to hit the ground.
Yeah.
Can Oliveira get a submission before Makhachev grinds him out?
That's
I don't know.
I think he can. I think he can.
Yeah, it's gonna be close because
if it goes past the 3rd round, that's gonna be scary for both fighters. Because at that point, you're both okay, this can end at any moment. And I think, like you said, if it does go past the 3rd round, decision's a smart bet because I think points wise, Makhachev is gonna be smart with Khabib in his corner.
I also see a world where Oliveira gets a little bit tired. Because obviously I'm not saying his gas tank's bad or anything. I'm just saying
he just exerts a lot.
He might, if he's not getting dominated, but if he's losing the fight on the ground, he's going to try to get it back on the feet.
Yeah.
And he's going to start swinging. He's going to tire himself out in the stand-up more than Makhachev will. And then when it goes to the ground, Oliveira's so active on the ground. Makhachev too, but Oliveira always is throwing up some submission, trying to get something, which is tiring. It's really fun to watch, and it works for him.
Yeah.
But it's tiring as well. And Oliveira of old would quit this fight by the end of the 3rd round. New Oliveira has no quit in him.
No, and I think
he's going to be tired.
I think he's coming with a chip.
It's going to affect him.
He's coming with a chip on his shoulder, dude. He got stripped of his title for missing weight, which is super shady how it happened, right?
Yeah.
There's controversy behind it. Got stripped. He's coming back here like, hey, I want my belt. I'm going to earn my belt. He's going to show him, listen, you're throwing me this guy who hasn't fought someone in his stature, in his realm yet, you know what I mean? Well, Makhachev probably would take out anyone in that realm to get to Oliveira. So it was bound to happen regardless. He's coming with a chip on his shoulder. He's going to show him what's up. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure you will agree with me. I think most people will. These are the 2 best lightweights in the world.
Yeah.
No one else really holds a Chandler is super powerful. Always has a chance. Dustin Poirier is great all around.
But they won't stand a chance. I mean, again, Oliveira got him out of there quickly. And
you could maybe throw Dariush up there with another win or 2, but he hasn't been active recently.
So.
Yeah, and Gaethje's taken too much damage, and he got absolutely destroyed versus Oliveira.
Yeah. So, overall, it's going to be a good one. I'm excited
so
with what we
excited.
have here. I'm excited to see who comes out with all the points. Well, we have a lot of same, but that's a big one right there. That one and the Gamera and the Dariush fight is going to be the decider.
Yeah.
All right, we have a little bit of time left. I'm excited for. All right, we have. I'll say it quickly. We'll get this segment I got. I went to Target. Well, I don't know if I can name drop people. I went to a store the other day, and me personally, I have personal. My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. Favorite holiday. You can call me. You call me.
I'll
whatever
call you
want.
fat for saying that. Yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever.
I'll say it.
But what really grinds my gears, right, is when I go to stores and I see Christmas stuff up super early. Point of the story being, I went to this store the other day, and I saw Christmas stuff before even Halloween now.
That's crazy.
That bothered me. That irked me. And that made me think, like, hey, you know what? And this NFL season, we haven't talked about NFL yet, is show some respect for all these other holidays. Okay. Show some respect for some of these NFL teams and, people in the NFL realm right now who are getting outshined. It's one of those things where I think teams and people are getting outshined right now in the NFL. And people who deserve respect are not getting their respect. So I have a couple people. I don't know. How many do you have? You have a couple?
Yeah, just like 2.
All right. I think I'm going to go with funny one first. Not so funny. But I think show some respect for Panthers interim coach Steve Wilkes. Sorry. He handled Robbie Anderson well. Robbie Anderson stepping out of line, getting in his coach's face, wide receiver coach's face, getting disrespectful. Happens twice. Second time, Steve Wilkes says, "Hey, this is not happening. This is not stand what I'm what I'm trying to do for this team." Kicks him out of the game next morning, puts him on a flight to Arizona and get out of here. Get him out of here. That's one of the guys I have.
He did get traded to a better team, but it's all right.
He did.
Yeah.
But
Robbie Anderson's probably glad it all happened.
And then I think I'm just going quickly because we got to finish it up here. Show some respect to the Bengals. All right. To anyone who thought that Andy Dalton was going to have this revenge game against his old team, shame on you. Joe Burrow showed why he's that guy. 3 touchdowns. I mean, his defense kind of sold on him there. I'm not going to lie to you. That needs to be worked on. But Joe Burrow, 3 touchdowns. That's what's up. And then, man, there's so many people. I mean, I don't know. I don't have time to get to them all. Well, you know what? Good segue. I'll get to them in the live stream on Friday with the After Hours show. But go ahead. What you got? Speed through some of them real quick.
This makes me want to bash my head in. This makes me want to go to the depths of hell and beyond.
If you're going to say it, then you're going to say, I'm going to totally disagree with you.
I know you're going to disagree with me. I hate saying this. This is my least favorite sentence I've ever said my entire life.
Almost like Jason Garrett saying "Fly Eagles Fly" on Sunday night. That was hilarious.
Let's not talk about that.
Go ahead and have your Jason Garrett moment. Say
Put some respect on the Giants.
No.
Their team sucks, and they're 5-1.
Yeah, they're playing with. And you know what made me really laugh?
How, man?
You know what made me laugh is that they're also open to trading Kadarius Toney. That's gonna hurt them. They're playing with backup receivers and they're winning really well, and it's super funny. And they want to get rid of their probably arguably best receiver in that core. I don't care. They haven't faced anyone. They were exposed by you guys. They were exposed by the Cowboys. They haven't faced. They beat the Bears barely. Daniel Jones lays an egg. That's whatever. It was more of the fact that the Bears shooting themselves in the foot is what got them to win. Okay, they go against the Ravens, who should have won, but guess what? You know what happened? Their defense showed they're awful, and they're not gonna have the Ravens get anywhere in this postseason. They keep playing like this, they're not making the playoffs. Who else did they beat? They beat the Titans early. Titans, are not that good, so whatever. They beat the sorry Panthers. All right. They're not a complete team. It's gonna show when they play a real team. They're gonna get blown out. They're out of here. They're gone. But
I hope so.
But anyways,
I hope so.
That's gonna end it for today. Make sure to tune into our After Hours post. It's gonna be streaming on YouTube this time. We gotta go and we had to request access. Fix that YouTube. That's weird. Anyways, make sure to follow us on Instagram. Post_2_post23. Still trying to fix that handle. Instagram's being weird. Fix that Instagram. But regardless, great show today. Excited to see the outcomes for this Saturday. Excited to see. I mean, it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be a sad week. Week 7 with no Eagles football. But regardless, thanks for tuning in.
We out.